I've been wanting to do a review of these new headphones I got. These are Vidonns. They are bone conductor. I'm going to get to why I got these. I'm going to explain to you a couple things first. I've been commuting for years and I have got addicted to headphones and I can't find the right pair. I have tons of headphones. Wired, not wired, earbuds, all kinds of stuff. What I originally really liked was wired with the toggle down here. That way when it was hanging from my ear, it wasn't pulling off one side or anything like that. The wraparounds were really great, but I had a lot of wind noise with traditional cones. So I moved up and then I got those AKGs, the higher quality cabling, which was nice. The problem was I had a lot of wind noise with the standard buds, whether they be large or medium, whatever it was. So I switched over to AKGs, and then I got these, which is basically, you can see they're two different sizes, but they're like a soft sponge, and they're kind of like an earplug, and they can really be formed into your ear. These helped out. The problem was that this thing would catch on my jacket, would catch all over, or the cable would be pulling down. No matter what I would try to do with my helmet, it was always a pain in the butt to try to keep these things in my ear and keep the wind noise down. I was frustrated with them. So I went online and I did a bunch of reading. And I was already moving into the Bluetooth stuff. So I got these Ankers. Now, battery life is important to me because I do a lot of long rides. My commute alone is about 17 to 20 miles each way. So I didn't want to have something I had to recharge all the time. So these are Ankers. They come highly recommended from the internet, and they're 12 hours battery life. The cable's extremely light. What I really like about this in the back, it's got a little cinch cable back here, and you can pull them up so they can really tighten up behind your helmet. Really nice feature, because otherwise it catches everything back here. It gets wrapped up, they get yanked out. I liked the wraparound too, and then I put the sponge on here, which you can see the same sponge. The problem is the weight on your ear, and then all the extra mass made for a lot of wind noise. It was kind of a pain in the butt. You would have to like stick them way up in your ear so you couldn't hear anything in order to ride with these. Now I should say that where I ride, we don't have a lot of cars. It's mostly like large shoulder. There's only a couple areas where you got to worry about cars, and I turn the music down. I would not recommend wearing headphones, especially like this, in anywhere where you have high traffic. But I didn't really know what I was missing until I got to these things. These Vidonns are one of the coolest headphones I've seen. Actually, they're not. They're bone conductors. That's what they are. I was looking at the Aftershocks. They have a pair for $79 and they have a pair for $150, which is a little bit outside my spending habits. These are just about, I think they were $50 from Amazon Prime. And I went with these because they were a little bit cheaper and they had somewhat good reviews. There was about 30, 35 reviews on them. They're all pretty positive. The biggest complaints you hear about these is that it's fixed length or fixed size, and that they don't have a lot of bass. And they don't. Whether it's the Earshocks or whether it's these, the bass isn't that great. Like if you're listening to a traditional, rap song, you hear the bass, it's good enough, but it's not going to blow you away. That being said, I really have enjoyed just the technology alone in these. The ability to put these things on my ears, not my ears, but on my face, and have it just sit in there, rest normal. That medium fits me perfect, or this size fits me perfect. It wraps right around here. And if I'll put on my helmet, and what I was concerned about was, what I was reading about was a lot of irritation all over the place. So when I put my helmet on, you can see I have plenty of room here without any problem with these. And then when I wrap it, they actually kind of even hold it to my face a little better. And when they hold it to my face a little better, what's kind of nice about this is that it actually transmits the sound better to your bones. Even when I put my sunglasses on over the top, it doesn't irritate them at all. Like, I don't feel them. I've done several hour rides with these things on there. I've painted floors. I've done housework. I've used my chop saw in the garage, and I was able to listen to music without any interference. I can hear I can hear everything around me while still listening to music. Now, I shouldn't say that all the time. When I was using a saw or I'm weightlifting, when I go to the gym, it is a lot of ambient noise, and you kind of have to turn them up. So you can't leave them as low as I like them. I like them just, so you can hear it, but it's not overwhelming. But what I figured out was, if you just take a pair of headphones or earplugs, and you stick the earplugs in here, you can still hear most of the things going around you. It knocks out the wind noise, and the other thing is, it knocks out the ambient noise and lets you hear really well out of them. They get good battery life. They get right around, I think, 5 or 6 hours, which is plenty for me for my commute and for the things I do. So I charge them probably once a week, maybe every 3 or 4 days. The only complaint I have is that the volume control is right here. All right, it's really hard to get at. They have the charge port right here, and what they should have done is they should have moved the charge port on top and moved the volume control back here. It would have made it a heck of a lot easier to try to figure out how to get at the minus sign or the plus sign. The only other thing that I don't necessarily like about these versus the way I like these ones is I have that center tap. The center tap allows me to skip forward songs. So if I have my playlist, I want to move forward, I can move forward. With these, you cannot move forward. All you can do is raise your volume or lower your volume or turn. Yeah, that's about all you can do. But I've been really impressed with this, because when I'm riding, if I can hear cars around me, or I can hear just birds and things like that, where before I was kind of like closing a lot of that off. So I would highly recommend these bone conductive headphones. If you have any questions, ask. I'll put in the description all the models that I have here so you get an idea. If you are running traditional earbuds, I highly recommend these little spongy cones, and I'll put the model that I have in here. All this stuff came from Amazon. Hopefully it helps you out.